Florida man has been arrested on Friday afternoon for fatally shooting his neighbour during a family property feud, which was captured on the victim's cell phone. The incident occurred on a 40-acre property located in Christmas, Florida, that's used by family members who inherited it in 2016. There are various residences scattered throughout the estate with no true boundary lines, creating havoc and tension within the community. On the 12th of March, officers descended onto the property after receiving reports of gunfire. When they arrived, they found 30-year-old Billy Irvin Nobles in pain after being shot by a 69-year-old neighbour, Ralph Christie Jr, over a bitter land dispute. Billy is related to Ralph through marriage in the family, who is a grandson of his brother-in-law. Just moments before the shooting, Billy had used a backhoe to build a driveway so the neighbours no longer needed to share one. Ralph's wife, Juanita Christie, noticed him using the backhoe to knock trees down outside her house without her permission. She explained to the investigators that she confronted Billy. She said he was about to run her over with the backhoe on the couple's property when her husband fired at him to protect her. She claimed Billy hit the wheel of the backhoe into her knee, causing her to be pinned against some vines. While all this was happening, Billy recorded footage of the incident on his cell phone, which disproved her claims, showing that she wasn't in the path of the backhoe as her husband opened fire. Billy's wife said she heard the shot and noticed his cell phone was in video mode when she went to help him. A 23-minute recording on his phone showed that Juanita was yelling at Billy and was leaning on the backhoe's bucket to block it from moving. The video captures Ralph coming out of his house with a rifle and Juanita stepping out of the way. At about 15 feet away, Ralph opened fire after Billy yelled, "What the fuck is your deal?" After being shot once, Billy began writhing in pain and repeated that he had children. He was taken to the Advent Hospital East, but later succumbed to his injuries. Billy is survived by his wife, who is pregnant with their third child, and 2 sons. Ralph was arrested and held without bond at the Orange County Jail and will face charges for murder with a firearm. A couple have been sentenced to 32 years to life in prison for the torture and the murder of the man's 4-year-old daughter. The abuse began back in 2012 when 21-year-old Ronald Greer and 19-year-old Bianca Stanch lived in a flat together with 4-year-old Samaya Downing in Adelanto, California. Samaya was the daughter of Ronald, however Bianca had extreme hatred for her and treated her badly. She abused the young girl on a daily basis, yet her father would stand by and do nothing to stop the abuse. She would duct tape her wrists and ankles and force her to stand in the corner for 8 hours. She would deadlock her in the bedroom so she couldn't get out during the day or night to drink water. On one occasion, she was so dehydrated that when she made it to the kitchen, she drank cleaning solution because that's all she could find. Other times there were instances involving Bianca beating her ruthlessly with belts and cords and pouring scalding hot water on her back and chest. On the night of the 15th of December 2012, Samaya became lethargic and sleepy. She was locked inside a bedroom in her apartment and was left with Bianca's cousin, Roshawn Stanch. When they returned to the apartment, Samaya was dead. An autopsy revealed that the girl's cause of death was dehydration. The trio drove Samaya's body out to the desert, where she was buried in a shallow grave. Her disappearance was investigated on the 27th of December 2012, and the trio were arrested and charged with the murder of Samaya the following day. The District Attorney's Office said that unfortunately this case encountered several delays going forward throughout the years. However, it has stayed committed to the case and did not waver in any manner. On the 6th of October 2020, Ronald Greer and Bianca Stanch were found guilty on charges of first-degree murder, child abuse, and special allegation of causing death. On Friday the 12th of March 2021, Bianca and Ronald were sentenced to 32 years to life in prison for the murder of Samaya. Roshawn Stanch pleaded guilty earlier this year to his involvement in this crime and still faces sentencing.